I did some ChatGPT research. Nicole,
Hey.
you're famous.
Ow.
ChatGPT loves you.
Oh my! You
You're-
got this from ChatGPT?
Yeah, you're a
Holy
versatile,
shit!
multi-dimensional performer,
Wow.
acting,
Wow.
modeling, voice acting, hosting, comedy, and audiobook narration.
Yeah.
Who can do Shakespeare all the way to Southern British and Russian dialects, which you
That's
need to do for
accurate.
us on camera.
Oh shit! All right.
Originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, relocated to LA about 7 years ago with her husband and poodle. Is that correct?
It's longer than 7 years.
This is incorrect.
That
It's
part is
mostly
incorrect. It's mostly correct. We came in 2016,
Oh wow,
so it's been.
that's a while ago.
Yeah.
Do you like LA?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I don't like the traffic.
Yeah. It must be much less traffic in Minnesota.
Yeah. Every time I go visit my dad, I feel like a god because I can get anywhere quickly. It's amazing.
Yeah, that part is weird. Like the traffic
Oh,
here
right.
was just because you'll be going and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna get there. I got plenty of time,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there's like just so many cars.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
all get out and reenact that opening scene from La La Land.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get here? 30 minutes?
It said it was 30 minutes when we left.
But I
And
think
that-
it's 45.
It was
Oh,
it was
shit.
closer to 45 when, like, by the time we actually got here, because all of a sudden there was a ton of traffic on.
I don't know what's wrong. What's
The
going on?
5.
Phone test or something? Thanks for being here, Nicole and Fred.
Hey.
You both met in Minnesota, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Are you from Minnesota as well?
I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I grew up in a suburb called Maple Grove.
Huh.
Grew up on a lake.
Really?
Yeah. I
How
kind
did
of
you-
miss it.
How did you meet? You don't miss it? Do you miss it?
No, I do miss
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I miss the having all those noises, like wildlife.
Oh,
noises.
nice. Yeah, there's no lakes in LA. Must
Not
be
a
nice.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we met doing a play.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
you're
was-
an actor as well?
Yes.
Nice.
And I knew, I was suddenly needed as a replacement for an actor who had a severe injury.
Oh, wow.
It was very unexpected.
Yeah.
Because the play was called Dawn's Inferno,
Oh.
and it was a retelling of Dante's Inferno as if it were a 10-year high school reunion.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And
And so you were in tech rehearsals already.
yes,
So when she met me, I was the personification of gluttony. So I had this giant fat suit on and a
Oh,
bald
wow.
cap. I
Yeah.
This is pretty genius.
and so she met me just looking like this total slob.
Yeah, because the guy who was originally Sloth and Gluttony had this weird accident which required emergency back surgery.
Oh, no.
And then he was immobilized in a body cast.
Yeah.
And wasn't getting out of the hospital anytime soon.
Maybe it was destiny.
I think so. I don't know if I believe in it, but we met.
Wow.
We did. We met.
What?
Tell him what the first thing I said to you when I met you.
You asked me about a clatter ring.
Yeah, he had on this clatter ring.
What's that?
It's an Irish ring, and it has a heart with a crown on it and two hands holding it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it means different things if you wear it facing you or facing out.
I see.
Yes.
So what did I say to you, Fred?
Said, am I trolling for Irish girls?
And I said Irish chicks, but
That's a good line.
he turned bright red and said nothing.
I'm probably blushing right now.
You said nothing. You
I
just
said
were.
nothing.
He was just red, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go sit over there now.
So Nicole hit on Fred first.
Yeah.
I didn't really hit on him. It was more like
You were
in
planning to move,
passing.
so it was very low pressure getting to know each other because I thought she was moving away. There was no chance of any romance or anything like
Moving
that.
away.
I was gonna move here originally, and that was
Oh.
around.
By yourself.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
around 2005.
Oh.
And then a bunch of stuff happened, and then my mother passed away,
Oh, no.
and life became crazy.
Yeah,
and
so
weird.
we were friends, and then friendship turned into more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good love story.
So, yeah.
You don't really meet.
The dogs adopted him as
So I
part
guess
of the pack.
My advice would be to never look for romance. Always look for friendship.
I see.
Then
That's good advice.
romance will come out of that, maybe, if it's right.
Or do plays. That's why you do this.
Or
right?
two plays,
Yeah.
yeah. I know a lot of people do theater, acting, just
Do people meet each
meet
other
people.
on the
Yeah.
They do.
during the plays?
I think so.
Oh, really?
I've met a lot of people who met their significant other in improv classes,
Oh,
And
wow.
then-
Yeah.
ended up divorcing
Oh, no.
that person they met in improv classes.
I think you need like another aspect of your personality that's not just defined by
That's true,
arts. Because
Yeah.
then you're just too volatile. If we were both only actors, I think it would be
Oh, yeah.
impossible to live with one another.
Are there
think so.
a lot of people like that who are like very unstable? 'Cause-
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I
Yes.
think so.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. We need to dig deeper because I know that both of you actually work in tech now.
We do.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you both started out in acting background.
So, I went to school for computer science.
Oh, really?
But I did theater degree first.
Oh my
because
God.
it just worked out
That's crazy.
that way. So, yeah.
You don't see that combination very often.
And no, but
Yeah.
I would totally recommend it because like all of the skills, like especially improv skills, I use day to day in my job. 'Cause I'm a software engineer,
Right.
so I deal with my team. I deal with talking to the business all the time,
Oh,
and
wow.
in meetings, like using principles of improv, you just keep the meeting going. You keep people
Mhm.
generating ideas. You bring levity if people are stressed out.
Oh, yeah.
So all of those skills, I would highly recommend. Like if if you're purely science, then take some improv classes, or just read some plays. Pick up. I don't know. It's invaluable.
I did not start out in acting. I have a degree in political science.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And computer science.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Maybe that's why you two are attracted to each other.
Probably. So
I
we're
don't-
both outliers.
Yeah, in political science, I specialized in
Oh, my God.
international relations, specifically Eastern Europe and
Really?
the Middle East, foreign policy, and counterterrorism.
Mm.
Now I do this.
You tear your hair out listening to the news.
I do.
do.
I do because nothing follows the models. I spent so much money on my degree and nothing
Oh.
follows the models anymore.
Well, you two are doing well. I feel like you two are too overqualified to be on this podcast.
Never.
But I totally feel you because I used to be in the tech industry and everybody was super,
Yeah.
super serious, and not everybody, but like I think it's helpful to lighten up the mood a little bit
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
because it gets really stressful unless
Right, because
Yeah.
like especially people doing QA, if they
Oh, yeah.
have just I don't know, there's so much like they talk about crunch in the industry, and
Yeah.
it burns people out.
yeah
Like even non-crunch burns people out.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons I do this is so that I can shift
Ah,
my
nice.
focus away.
That's
'cause
awesome.
Otherwise, I'd just be thinking code all the time.
Yeah.
And that would lead to worse code.
do both of you pretty heavy internet stuff, right? Like Java, C.
Java, yeah.
Nice.
I've been doing a lot of most of my stuff these days is Java.
Nice.
Like Bash scripting and
Nice. This is real shit right here.
yeah. Getting into
Nope.
C# a little bit.
Oh,
but
nice.
Yeah. We'll see where that goes.
Did you both go to the same school?
No.
No.
I went to the University of Minnesota.
Nice.
First, a campus called Morris, which is like out in the prairie, and then the Twin Cities campus.
Oh wow.
And that was I don't know.
There's an
That was a
airport
good
there.
experience. Yeah.
That's all I know. I wish I could travel someday.
No, I went to a smaller liberal arts college in southern Minnesota,
Oh, really? What's
Yeah.
it called?
St. Olaf.
St. Olive?
Olaf.
Olive.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. And I always have to do the PSAs and the Golden Girls chat forums. There is no St. Olaf, Minnesota. There is a Northfield, Minnesota, which has St. Olaf College.
Oh.
Betty White did go to
Oh, really?
St. Olaf College to visit,
Oh.
at the height of the Golden Girls fame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is it big on theater, performing arts?
Somewhat, I guess.
Yeah, like any liberal arts
Yeah.
college.
They have that there.
The big thing at Morris was they had this international jazz festival.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which is really cool.
That does sound cool.
Brings
I love
people
jazz.
in, and I don't know, it's a great experience. I used to play tuba. I'm trying to build up funds now for my own tuba because tubas, like nice tubas, are pricey.
How much is it?
Like at least $8,000.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't want to play that.
because there's just so much piping.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, someday.
Are people in Minnesota different from people in Los Angeles?
How do you even begin?
I mean, yes and no.
Oh,
Like, I guess there's always some similarities. I've met a lot of people in LA that originally were in Minnesota.
really?
Yeah, quite a few.
Huh.
Which is always a little surprising. Or they went to school there.
Nice.
But there's...
Timberwolves fan or something.
We originally had the Lakers.
Oh, you like the Lakers?
No, the Lakers were the Minnesota
team at one point.
At one
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
it was the
were.
Minnesota Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, that would
They-
make sense.
They won their first championship, I think, in what was it, 1948,
Maybe.
as a
Don't
Minnesota
remember my
team.
Laker history.
But then they went to LA in like 1960.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting. And then you guys became the Timberwolves?
Timberwolves, we got them,
Well, probably
what, in the
then.
90s?
Yeah.
I think that happened in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah. Did it? Yeah.
One of our teams like got taken from us, like the Stars. We were
Yeah,
the
North
North
Stars. They went to
Hockey.
Texas in 93.
Oh, wait, what? Why
Yeah.
did
Everybody's leaving us.
Yeah.
I think it's a different mentality
Huh.
living in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Because like
I think preparedness
Yes.
is something that you don't see here. People
Mm.
just sort of slap things together, at least in the events that we go to. Now, obviously, there's so much industry here that there are people moving in different circles who are clearly prepared. You know?
yes.
Like, I bet if we went up to Jet Propulsion Laboratory, they're very prepared.
They are very prepared.
But
But I noticed it more in like the like non-union theater, non-union
Mm.
actors that they just don't have the same type of preparation
yeah,
that one finds in the Midwest.
What do you mean by preparation? I don't understand.
If you went to Minneapolis and you hired a non-union actor,
Mm.
they're going to be the same caliber as someone in SAG-AFTRA in like Chicago or Los Angeles
Oh, wow.
or New York. You're not here. It's a crapshoot.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you might get someone who is like they go in, they prepare everything. They're good to go. But that, in my experience here, has been a rarity.
Oh.
When I first moved here, he was traveling for work, and one of my friends, she's like, "Oh, you have to come to this acting class. It's so great. It's in Hollywood. It's amazing." I'm like, "Okay." So I went with her,
Mm.
and I was the only one that had prepared the scene.
Oh, no.
yeah.
And he sent it out like that morning.
Oh, God.
Like, so it was, we had it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the guy that taught it was shocked that I had prepared.
Nice.
There was some weird dude in there who was sexually harassing me.
Oh,
Didn't
no.
appreciate that. Yeah. And then after, I got this like email from the instructor guy. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened," although he did nothing to stop it. And then said, "Oh, but I'd really like
What did he
to,
do?
work with you more." Oh, the
Yeah.
other guy, he just kept making commentary about cleavage.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
It was
At
weird.
an audition?
Well, it was a class.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It was a class, and it was like, dude, you're not funny.
Yeah.
This is just.
Yeah.
But I'm like, really? We all came to the mecca of entertainment to not be prepared?
Right.
It just struck me as very weird, and that happened repeatedly in other classes I took. I did one recently where we were supposed to pick the scene that we wanted, a monologue or an actual scene. And these two women, they picked a scene, they came in, and this woman whined and cried and carried on about how she didn't think she could do this because it was so sexist. The scene was so sexist, and how could she just wrap her head around it? And she just carried on for like 15 minutes, and it got to the point the instructor was like, "You chose this. You either do it or you don't.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
There's no real in between here. If you're like gonna do it, prepare it, live with it.
Yeah.
Just do it." Or like they don't take direction.
Oh, sounds like they have an attitude.
A lot. This is what I've experienced here, which I do not find in the Midwest. Like
entitlement?
At all.
Or narcissist.
Oh, really?
It's more narcissistic
Yeah.
behavior than anything else.
Huh.
Because like again, same class. It was like, okay, we all did our thing. We got notes. So the idea of the notes was you take the note, you incorporate it into your rehearsal process, and come back the following week having executed that. Very few people did that.
Oh no.
It was painful. I was sitting there like, what is happening around me here? Because this was not a cheap experience to
really?
have. It was one of the more expensive classes.
Did the person give you good notes?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I personally got a lot out of it.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought it was very, well done. It provided a lot more insight than, some other classes I'd taken. And for me, it was good. But watching these people, it was just like, what is happening around me? I don't know. And the whiny woman was all, "I've been taking classes here for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
It's like, wow, I have nothing to say to that. So I'm just going to go to the bathroom and pretend like we didn't do those.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Is it still a little bit like that? Or some of the actors and actresses here kind of act like that, or no?
Yeah. I keep encountering it. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. I feel like everybody kind of tries to be friendly, try to get more followers. Like you can't really tell if somebody's a narcissist like right away, I guess. Yeah.
Probably only when they're working.
Oh, really?
Yeah. By week 2, it was pretty obvious.
Wow.
Like, okay, this is what we're up against. All right. Yeah, a lot of them didn't want to follow me on Instagram, and that's fine. I accept that.
Well, you're very active actually on social media. I love your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then Nicole, do you do the tech stuff right now or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I consult.
Oh, nice.
A lot of what I consult now is for commerce.
Oh,
so
wow.
like Shopify, so it's in Liquid. There's a lot of other, integrations with different systems.
Yeah.
So a lot of what I do is just making like integrating things and then making them work.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot. I've been
You
working in
took care of shipping too.
shipping. Yeah, I
Yeah.
set up a whole shipping platform.
Yeah.
How do you mean by? Is it like the back end of it, or?
Well, it's integrating it with Shopify
dang.
and setting up, the inventory and shipping methods, shipping mapping, different options, integrating it with Amazon.
Oh, wow.
Setting up a wholesale platform as well as just consumer platform, and now I've been doing a lot of AI automations.
Oh wow, that's real stuff.
So like in Instagram.
Yeah.
Like let's say, you see this Instagram post, it's like, DM this word to this account and you'll get a coupon.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it happens like that.
Yeah.
There is so much behind that.
Oh really?
So much behind that, and I've set all that up.
Oh dang.
So like, you'll go to the account and it'll be like, DM this word and, we'll send you this. So it's like, okay, they put it in there and then it goes to a thing to check to see if they're already in the system.
Right.
And then it goes to an email client that sends them a code, a customized
Well, there's
code.
like compliance checks too.
Yeah.
Like, is it even legal to send this promotion? Have they opted out? Like, some states have policies where if they opt out, you can't violate it. Or
Right.
Europe has GDPR, all those things.
Till it comes back and says, here you go.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Your code is on the way. Then they get it emailed in this nice little pretty thing. And yeah.
Can I ask what both of your opinion on AI is? Because I feel like you might have a unique take on it since you've both been actors.
I think AI can be a very useful tool.
Yeah.
It can automate a lot of things. It can be very helpful. But the dark side of it is that it can be overused and people can become very dependent on it. I read a piece, actually you sent it to me, I think, where this professor was saying how his students wanted an extension on their paper because ChatGPT was down. So they're not writing it, they're becoming very, very dependent on it.
And I just read a study today, and I don't remember where the study came out of, but you can probably, I'll follow up on this and get the links. But it showed that that cognitive skills declined as far as retention. Because it's like you could write, say you write a 10-page research paper, if most of it was done with the assistance of AI, then you don't retain what you've done. It's you may have done the work, but it's not like when you traditionally research something and it sticks because you're kind of, your brain indexes, well, I looked this up and that led me to this, and it's all those patterns. Instead, it's just like step one, I type in a good prompt, and step two, I review the result, and if it makes sense, then I, wordsmith it a little, and I'm done. And then you don't hold on to any of that.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's the real danger, I think. It's like it's really useful. I mean, we've been using autocomplete on our phones for a while now, and that's a form of machine learning.
I mean, the automation, like the social media automation is helpful because then someone doesn't have to sit there and be like, okay, did I get this message? Do all the things manually. Yeah. Like in that respect, it saves like a lot of time. But, as far as like writing things, I get like these marketing emails that are like, oh, use ChatGPT to create proposals for your clients.
Oh, God.
And it's like they're paying you for your experience, not for you to type in like, write me up a report on
Like, what if you were selling HVAC units
Yes.
to some town in Missouri? You know, you could ask GPT all about the climate in that town in Missouri, but you're not really doing that work yourself.
No,
somebody else has done it for you,
and put it into this, modeled it, and be like, okay, write me a proposal about HVACs in St. Louis so I can get this client. It's like that's not.
Yeah.
That kind of goes into an ethical quandary, if you will.
Well, and then you've gotten so many, like, you're constantly getting offers to sell your voice.
Yeah.
Like, we'll record a session of you going over every possible, like, phenome.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
But then they would own it forever.
So we're going to give you $500 to own your voice in perpetuity.
Oh, God. They should pay more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and that's the kind of stuff I've been getting. Like, before it was really sort of almost like subversive. Like, it's for a data modeling project,
nice.
And and I'm like, well, that sounds sketchy. That they don't want to say what it's for, but they would own it. It's always in perpetuity.
Oh.
It's like, no, I'm not going to give you my voice in perpetuity.
And it sort of takes away from like legitimate research, like linguistic research, because there are places where you can dig into, they'll do research into locality, dialects. So like, what is the difference between northern British dialect and one, maybe a few kilometers south of that, and you're not gonna. I think people are gonna be. I feel like there's too much risk to sign up for something like that because they're afraid their voice will be stolen and used.
Yeah, that is an issue. But like getting rid of acting or creative jobs wise, do you think we're okay in that?
I think it depends on who is controlling the money.
Oh, God.
It
will destroy all the jobs.
It really does. Like, it's already been used for creating like large crowds in film, television.
Crowds.
Crowds, like crowds of people.
How does it do that?
Okay, so like
in a movie,
in movie, like in different movies. I think it was in Gladiator, like when the arena, like people are, like masses of people. They're not all real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not. They've been digitized and placed in different areas. Then, like, there was a big thing before the actors' strike of digitizing your body. I turned down a few things.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want my body digitized. And then you have the scan, and you could sell it and have me pop up who knows where.
Right.
I don't need to pop up in porn. I don't need that.
All right.
Yeah, which they would own the scan and they can do whatever they want.
That is really weird.
Resell it, whatever.
That's a huge ethical issue these days too. It's, deep fakes.
That's true, but it could be useful if you're creating a film where the situation would be too dangerous to use actual human people.
Oh, right.
Like, to create the world around them.
Yeah.
Whereas, like movies and, way before this, like I think I watched this documentary on the making of Gone with the Wind, and the scene they have where it's this Confederate hospital, Scarlett O'Hara's there, and she's walking through the injured soldiers. They were all real. They used this giant crane to lift up the camera because it starts on her and then it goes back, up till you span like. Right. So they had hundreds, thousands of extras like just laying there.
Yes, it sounds like your opinion on AI is pretty negative.
It has real legitimate uses.
It does, but it's also being abused, and that
law and representation needs to catch up. Like people who haven't had a lot of experience may sign away their likeness and then find that they can't. There's no place for them to perform anymore if everything about their body and their voice is owned by the studios.
That's scary, yeah.
It is scary, but on the other side of it, we got Rogue One.
Yeah.
With people like characters that have since died.
Yeah.
Oh, they're back alive now, though.
In the movie,
in the movie, yeah. And people like James Earl Jones gave his voice away to be used for Darth Vader in the future.
Wait, is it possible?
Yeah.
But so there's a database full of James Earl Jones doing every sound?
Every possible sound.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did that before he died.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this made the headlines once.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
And so that's a legitimate case. Like, he knew he was getting older and wanted to let that character live past him. So, yeah, I think that's valid. But that's not going to be everyone's situation.
No.
We're not all James Earl Jones.
So, there are good things, but there's also a dark side.
There is. But now it's immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't die.
Exactly.
Which is scary if you think about it. That's pretty cool. And I'm sorry, this is kind of a private question, but can I ask you about it? You both decided not to have children?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was always on the fence about children because I suffer from mental illness, like depression.
Oh, me too.
Mainly, I have some social anxiety as well, and mostly I manage it.
Nice.
But I know it runs in my family. I've had family members who have committed suicide.
Oh, dang.
There was a part of my life when I was in college when I was seriously contemplating suicide.
Oh my God.
So it's been a lifelong struggle. And
we have a lot in common. Yay.
Yeah. So that part of me, it's like, that weighed very heavily in whether I wanted to pass that on. Because the odds are any children I had would go through the same thing.
That's true.
So I would need to be prepared to, hopefully guide them through that. But then, so I found myself with someone who did not want children. I won't speak for you, but that made the decision for me really easy. It's like, okay, well, I won't have to go through that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it was different reasons.
Okay.
I am the youngest,
Yes.
and my sisters were considerably older when I was born. And one decided to have kids, and my parents basically raised her. She's more like my sister than my actual sisters. And I was just always supposed to be responsible for her. And then when that one finally got old enough that we would all be free, my idiot sister went and got knocked up again.
Oh, wow.
By someone very irresponsible.
Huh.
And again, there we were.
Yeah.
And I was basically a victim of parentification. Where I was expected to always be responsible, always take care of them.
Right.
And as we got older, they still had this mentality that I needed to keep doing things for them. That my entire purpose in life was for them to take from me and use me and whatever they could get from me.
Huh. I'm sorry, these are your nephews?
My nieces.
Nieces. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I had enough.
Mm.
I am done. You know, been there, done that.
How old are they?
Well, one, we're only a couple years apart.
Oh,
and
really?
then- yeah.
Wait, your older sister must be pretty far.
They are. They
Yeah.
were adults when I was
Oh,
born.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They were, and they were horrible to me.
Oh,
And that's why I live thousands of miles away from them.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so that's I do material about how I had old parents.
Right.
My dad saw the Hindenburg blow up.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You said World War One.
Two.
Right.
Two.
Do
But my grandfather did fight in World War One.
Right.
Yeah, he liberated all Alsace-Lorraine
Oh wow. Where's
in
that?
France.
Yeah.
He got a
Yeah.
medal from the Bishop of Alsace-Lorraine.
What are your both ethnic origins? I think you talked about it a little bit in your material.
Goodness, just sort of
British?
British, like Northern Eastern European.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's very hard to pinpoint because, like, historically borders have shifted, changed.
Right.
So, like, something could have been part of, Denmark, and then suddenly it's now part of Eastern Europe. Like, it's weird. So it's sort of like a Northern European.
Blessing is a Northern European?
It's British.
Oh.
And it's an old English name.
Oh.
So it can be traced back to the 11th century.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't do genealogy because when it goes back that far, your people you share DNA with have done some seriously bad shit.
Really?
So, like one branch of our family left and went to Africa and stayed there, which Blessing is now I think one of the largest population of people with that name in Kenya.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud of.
Some stayed in Scotland or went to Scotland. My branch came here.
I see.
They settled the South in Virginia.
Oh. Are you related?
That's where I came from. That branch that went to, we all sort of came from the same place and sort of emanated but mine came here before the Pilgrims.
Ah.
Yeah.
Before the Pilgrims?
Before the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. That's why I don't do genealogy.
Oh, I see.
You see where this is going, yeah.
Well, it's all in the past. We're all here. And Nelson, Fred?
And on my side, I'm mostly German, and then Danish and Dutch.
Ah.
The name, Ostrander, is from the Dutch. There was a family, the Pietersons, that settled here in the 1600s. There were too many Petersons, so they changed their name to. There were a bunch of variations, and Ostrander's the one that stuck. I wanted when I was going through genealogy, one of the ones that I really liked was von Ostrand.
I like that one too.
I could have been Friedrich von Ostrand. I mean, instead I'm just Fred Ostrander. But because both of our families have been here for so long, I like to think that maybe we were at opposite sides of the Revolutionary War.
Oh.
Because your family would have sided with the British.
No, they didn't.
No?
They did not.
No?
That is the one bright spot I have.
So our families would have been allies.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also a descendant of Davy Crockett.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Jesus.
How do you know?
My grandfather was Alan Crockett.
Oh
Blessing.
wow, that's crazy.
Okay, so I'm gonna cue you in about.
You two are real Americans.
About white people and genealogy in the South. All right, it's pretty easy to like keep going back because their family name became a middle name.
For who?
Like when you have a kid.
Oh yeah.
So if you have one, your name, like your family name that you entered into, would have been their middle name.
Okay.
So like my great grandmother, her last name was Crockett, which became my grandfather's middle name.
Right.
So that's how it
I see.
So it's fairly easy to trace back.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's pretty convenient.
I guess I didn't really think about it, but it's a little weird. But yeah, that's a white people in the South thing.
But you're not part of the Confederates? Confederacy?
Yeah, they were.
You don't want to talk about it?
It's not a bright spot. I mean, they were like.
Yeah, it's
here.
Not. It's just a part of history. It's not.
It's
good
not great though.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, it's really not great. I mean, they came from Britain. They were given a land grant.
I see.
By George III.
Oh wow.
In Virginia.
That's pretty awesome.
They stayed in Virginia.
Right.
So the place where my grandfather was born was a Confederate hospital.
I see.
This is not great things to find out as a child. You know,
Yeah.
because you're out there, you're like, oh my God, we're going to do a family tree for, you know, this was in the 5th grade, you know, and you find out, my mother pulls out all these papers that she had from like the Virginia Historical Society because one of her sisters wrote to them. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. So, you know, you find out all this stuff. Like they fought in the Revolutionary War. Like, they had money, so one was a general.
Oh, wow.
They ended up losing all their money, bad in investments
and
coal mining and everything and whatnot. But, you know, you look a little bit, and it's like, oh, another bright spot, Davy Crockett. He was a senator in Tennessee. And then there's darkness, okay? There's a lot of like, oh, they fought for the South. Well, shit. That's not a fun thing to find out when you're in the 5th grade that, you know, you go back and it's like, okay.
I need to share my weird
Go ahead.
Bummer.
trivia.
Yeah.
So I found out, part of my family is, their name is Fender. And they settled, there's this town in Minnesota called New Ulm. If you go back several generations to right before they came from Germany to here, there were 2 brothers. They were hanging out with Karl Marx at the time. And I guess there was some sort of disagreement about philosophy. And so one branch of the family came here, one stayed there. The branch that stayed, my distant relative is Posh Spikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yes.
So
there's a Wikipedia page.
There's a whole, you can trace the genealogy. So
what's Posh Spice's name?
Victoria Beckham.
Oh, wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, Victoria Beckham and I are distant cousins.
My God.
Isn't that bizarre?
You're related to the Beckhams.
Yeah.
Well, Beckham is not that's her.
To her.
Yeah.
What's her maiden name?
Don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But that's the family that you're related to, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. She's super hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit myself because I don't remember.
Wow. I can't remember it either.
That's pretty awesome.
I know,
you two are both have interesting genealogies.
Yeah.
I do have a distant cousin still in Scotland, David, who he's like, I'm not sure if we're related. I was like, put a wig on, look in the mirror, we're related.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we look
exactly.
We look very, very much alike. It was kind of a bummer for him to find out what happened to the branch that went. I'm like, I think the happiest of all of us are the ones that went to Kenya. They seem very happy.
Well, they don't have apartheid there, right?
No, that was South Africa.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah, Kenya's further north.
And I'm not sure if I should ask you about stand-up comedy or Jason Luna. Which one would you prefer?
What would you like to know?
Jason, let's talk about Jason.
All right.
Are you two friends for a long time, or?
Several years.
Several years.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Met him at Flappers.
Yeah,
Ah.
LA, that's forever.
That is forever.
That
In
is
LA,
forever.
that is forever.
Yeah.
We both auditioned at the same time
Ah, no
for
way.
Flappers. Yeah, and then got put in a bunch of shows.
You're actually one of the first people that I met at Flappers. At the
Really?
Sunday open mic at the bar.
Oh, I did host that for.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was always filling in for somebody because I used to have Monday nights.
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah, you didn't look so happy at the bar.
it was a weird experience because, like, sometimes you get people that come in there that they really needed therapy and not an open mic.
Yeah, that's
Like-
very late too.
Like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is a little weird.
Yeah.
But I used to do Monday nights,
Mm.
and it sort of transitioned from everybody used to come in and pull from, I called it the Pitcher of Destiny. And then that changed. Then it became slotted, so it would be more organized.
Mm.
And then they moved us out on the patio.
Yeah,
And I was like, I don't want to be on the patio.
yeah.
It's
Sorry,
cold.
Barb. Sorry, Josh.
It's cold on the patio. That was because it was like winter, and we're out on the patio.
It's like a strike. It's a union.
And people would come by and honk, like really,
Oh.
because there would be lights outside. Like, oh no, they can't tell around the bushes. It's blocked, by foliage.
Oh, you know how to interrupt the open mic.
Like, you'd be doing the open mic,
Oh, yeah.
and the idea was that you're outside, people can't see you.
Oh, right, right.
They could see, there'd be lights on out
Yes,
there.
yes.
So they know people would be there, and they'd come by, and they would just honk and honk and honk. Be like, all right, you get an extra minute.
Oh, I see.
We'll just wait for that to die down.
Mhm.
It had a whole new set of problems.
Yeah.
You and Flappers go way back then, and with Jason and everybody.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that where you both discovered stand-up comedy?
No, I was doing it before.
Mm.
The first show I did was at the Belly Room at the Comedy Store.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And then you were doing it at the Ice House.
Then I did
Oh,
some
wow.
shows at the Ice House. But the producer of that, he had a heart attack and died during the pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Seems like a lot changed.
a lot
I
changed.
think we're all
Sorry to
still
hear that.
coming to terms with what changed during the pandemic. There's like all this trauma
Mm.
that is kind of unresolved.
Yeah.
Just sort of, everything's open up again,
Mm.
back to our lives.
It's true. Like when things started opening up again,
Mm.
when we all got, the second shot, was that around May of 2021? I started doing shows at the Comedy Chateau.
Mm.
I did that for, I think, a year.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't their shows, it was another producer.
Yeah.
Was it twice a month?
Yeah, it's pretty frequent.
It was like twice a month.
Yeah.
I did shows, I think, from like June to October.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you get along with Felix?
I don't really know Felix all that well because he wasn't producing what I was in.
I see.
I guess by default, yes.
I mean, he was always very pleasant
Nice.
to me when I would see him. But that's
He's nice to me too.
yeah. Don't have anything. there was no.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think a lot of the things that you experience are different than a lot of other women.
That's true.
Because you are tall and you carry this presence that I think a lot of people
Mm.
are intimidated by.
Men?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I've had other women like, oh, I had a problem with this guy or I had a problem with that guy that I never did. I just.
Plus, I'm around.
Well, and that's true. Like Fred, he doesn't go to open mics, but he does go to most of the shows that I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so supportive of you.
Where it's like, there were, I think maybe once or twice I had an issue, and I'd be like, you know what? Why don't you go talk to my 6'3" husband over there?
Right.
See what he has to say about your little problem. And then all of a sudden, this person would disappear.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You barely had to do anything.
Audience member / bodyguard. Yeah, it's convenient.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had a lot of negative experiences.
Like misogyny or something like that.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
There used to be this women's brunch at the Ice House that was like once a month.
Uh-huh.
It was it kind of fell apart. I don't know if it's coming back or not, but I would hear these horror stories. These women would be like, "These men are disrespecting me," and I'd be like, "I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what to say."
Yeah.
But I'd also be like a foot taller than them. And
How tall are you, Nicole?
I am 5'11".
Ah, that is tall.
I wear shoes. I'm 6 feet tall,
Ah.
so I'm not the easiest of targets, I guess.
I think Maria Sharapova's around that tall.
Sigourney Weaver's that tall.
Yeah.
Who?
Sigourney Weaver, Aliens.
I thought you meant Swan Weaver.
Oh no, Suwan is shorter than me. She lives a block away from
Oh,
us.
no way! Do you
Yeah.
know each
Tall
other?
in spirit.
Yeah, she's only a block away.
That's
Sometimes
crazy.
I see her out walking.
Was it by accident?
It was,
Yeah.
by by accident.
That's crazy.
We were walking our dog one day. She drove past.
She was like,
I live
"Hey."
here now.
I'm like, "What? Where?"
That's
She's
funny.
like, "Oh, that way." Oh, everybody moved to Tarzana.
It's funny. So you don't like Minnesota anymore. You want to stay here.
I mean, I do not like the dead of winter in
Yeah.
Minnesota. A lot of people don't like that either.
Mhm.
But I mean, we go.
We just took a trip
Nice.
there.
Yeah.
And you went up in Duluth
Yes.
and had a really nice time.
Nice.
I think the place was called the Dubliner.
Yeah.
Justin Rademacher does those shows.
Oh.
It's called Twin Ports Comedy.
Wow.
And he has shows, I think 4 nights, or he has mics 4 nights a week, and then shows multiple days.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't like winter either up there because it is damn cold.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's always good and bad. Like
Yeah.
the further north you go in Minnesota, it's cooler during the summer.
Yeah.
But like Minneapolis, St. Paul, where we lived, it is like Florida
Oh.
in the
it's
summer.
So humid.
It is so ungodly humid
God.
because of all the lakes.
Oh, I
You have
see.
the lake effect.
Yeah.
So it's hot, and then the air just gets heavy and muggy, and it's like living in a sauna.
Oh man.
You open the door to your house, and you're like, I will die here.
Oh, you have AC, right?
You have AC, but
Yeah.
you gotta leave the house at
Oh,
some
right.
point, right? So it's like
Huh.
you open there, it hits you.
Oh, it's 100 degrees.
It
can
can
be.
be,
Ah.
and then you
Oh,
add
interesting.
in the humidity, and it's like you get the heat advisories and stuff like that.
Is it close to Michigan?
Nah, I mean it's closer than we are to Michigan.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
like there's Minnesota, and then there's Wisconsin,
Oh, right.
and then there's Michigan off.
Oh, I see.
So
But up at the top,
at the top, they
it's
kind
close to
it's close.
Michigan.
Yeah, up at the top of like the state where it's almost Canada.
Yeah.
and that's closer to Michigan.
Oh,
kinda
I see.
Is over. But the there is part of Wisconsin that sticks out.
Yeah.
And like in Duluth, it's twin ports because it's Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
They kind of meet,
Huh.
and you can boat across.
Oh.
There's
or
this
drive
whole
across.
bridge called the Lift Bridge.
Yeah,
Huh.
the
which
lift
is
bridge.
Really
that-
cool because the whole bridge goes up and down.
Oh, really?
And you can see there, like iron ore mining is still a big industry up there.
Mhm.
So
Huh.
they have these gigantic ore vessels
Huh.
that'll pass through, and it's just amazing to watch because it's like, how did we as human beings build something that big and it's floating and it's just amazing.
This is in Duluth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get along with people from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
No. You're talking about Milwaukee over there, right? It's not Wisconsin.
They're
Yeah.
like the rivalry between
There is a bitter rivalry.
the
Oh, really?
Packers
Packers
Yeah.
and the Vikings.
Oh, right.
It's real. I mean, people get really
I see.
into it.
They do. They really, really do. And, I will make lighthearted jokes about it. And people from Wisconsin can be assholes.
Yeah.
I told this, one joke about it. And this woman who happened to be from Wisconsin got up after me and goes, "We don't care about you. Eat a bag of dicks."
Wow.
And I was like, well, you're just a delight,
Nice.
aren't you?
I think as Vikings fans, we maybe don't take it quite as seriously because we just assume the Vikings are eventually going to lose.
That's sad.
I don't know. To kind of drive like a little dig. I'm like, you know what? Minnesota, they produce musicians, playwrights, authors, very, very famous people that have, done a lot, given a lot for the arts. Do you know what they have in Wisconsin?
Who?
Serial killers.
Like.
Ed Gein. The other guy that ate people. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Both from Wisconsin.
They do create good cheese there.
Minnesota cheese is better.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are there a lot of farms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Both places, a lot of farms.
Interesting. I love farms.
My grandparents were farmers.
No way.
Yeah, down
Mine too.
in the southern part of the state.
Mine were in Iowa though.
And there was
Iowa.
there was a legend about my family's farmhouse that historians have said this can't possibly be true. But still, the legend is that Jesse James and the James Gang stayed at the farmhouse
Oh, wow.
before the great Northfield raid.
Yeah, that's like where I went to college. The town's claim to fame. They have Jesse James days every fall.
So
Actually, I don't know.
may not be true, but who knows? Maybe they stayed there at one point.
I actually don't know who.
Jesse James.
Jesse James,
is a
famous bank robber.
outlaw.
I see.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like Django. Well, he's not a very bank robber.
But along
Along those lines, yeah.
That's so cool. I feel like I'm learning a lot today. I don't have a lot of friends from the Midwest, so it's pretty cool.
We have two now.
What do you think about the woke culture here in LA? Is it red state?
I don't know.
Wait, the what?
In Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota's a blue state.
Is it?
Yeah. Minnesota's a blue state. Wisconsin is a red state.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
it flips.
It flips back, yeah.
Like when I lived in Wisconsin, it was a blue state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
like on the line.
I'm not like too political, but
Well, like Minneapolis, like the cities there, it's very liberal, very
Yeah.
liberal there, and then further north in Duluth, that also is liberal. It can be kind of conservative in the middle, but there's not enough people to flip it red. So,
But I mean, like when they passed, like I'll use my father as an example. I'm sure he would call himself a conservative. Yet when they were trying to pass like gay marriage laws, it was just like his take was, well, it's just more fiscally responsible if gay people can get married. Like not the typical like, oh, it's immoral, kind of approach.
well, the conservatives there are more like what Republicans used to be.
Yeah.
Than the right wing evangelical nutbags that we kind of have now. That,
in charge.
that are saying things that make literally no sense. That just sort of cherry pick from the Bible to decide, like, oh, this is wrong because of this, and it's like, but then why aren't we doing all these other things? I thoroughly enjoyed the clips that I saw of Charlie Kirk debating people at Cambridge in Britain. He was an idiot, went there to where people know how to debate and got shredded.
Oh, wow.
You know, and a lot of them on these points that, you know, evangelicals want to pull things from the Bible to cite how we should run our lives.
Oh, God.
But they're not saying, you know, you should be stoned to death for eating shellfish.
Right.
But I mean, you can find a lot of stuff in the Bible that you're like, huh, okay, that's a little out there, you know.
Are you too agnostic, atheist?
I'm atheist.
I'm atheist.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was
we don't fight
raised
fight.
Lutheran
Oh.
and baptized. I was baptized Presbyterian and confirmed Lutheran, and then I became atheist.
I see.
I was raised Catholic.
Ah.
I was sent to Catholic school.
Ah. Like bad taste.
It was my dad had this idea that if he would send me to Catholic school, I would stay Catholic. But I will rebel if I have something shoved at me constantly, nonstop.
What's your star sign?
Libra.
Oh, what's yours?
Taurus.
Oh, really? Oh.
You sound disappointed.
Oh, you guys to get along?
Almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought the astrology stuff is wrong then.
Yeah.
Ruled by some other zodiac.
Maybe it's the moon sign or that.
Yeah, all of
It
that.
could have been all of those things.
Yeah.
I don't speak astrology, so
Right. I thought it was you. Maybe somebody else.
The
Oh,
basic things
Yeah.
of it, so I can blend and be like, oh yeah, Mercury in retrograde. But no, I don't have that. I don't know. Some people are really into it, and one of my sisters was.
Ah.
She probably still is.
Maybe I got you
don't
mixed up with Paula Newman, that lady.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure
Never mind.
she is very into that. She seems like she is. I think she might have asked me what my sign was, and I said, I'm not doing this with you.
do you get along with the other female comedians in LA?
A lot of them.
That's
I mean, a lot of them. There's just some things that's like, do we really have to keep beating to death astrology?
Oh, I see.
Like, we're just all walking around like memes that people have of what they think people in LA are like, that we're all into astrology and crystals.
Crystals. Oh yeah, it's one of your jokes.
Cleansing and doing that. And it's like, I don't, there are other
I see.
things in life. Do we have to
That's
do
true.
that?
Yeah.
Can we talk about other things?
Yeah.
We will go to the stores that sell crystals, though, because we like collecting
rocks.
What,
interesting rocks.
You two are very much into
We
it.
have a little rock garden.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
In our kitchen. Yeah.
But if someone were a true crystal, person would come in and be like, no, you can't have this there, you can't have that there.
Oh,
These
God.
two are conflicting, they're touching together.
Is it true?
And I just like them. I have created a sort of these are more darker colored rocks. These are more lighter colored
Oh, wow.
rocks. And then in between is some shells.
Oh.
To sort of create a.
Oh yeah, we have a bunch of conch shells.
Oh wow. From the beach?
Ones, yeah.
Nice.
We got them. We went to a destination wedding
In
Oh.
the Bahamas.
Wow.
in the Bahamas, and we got these two conch shells, and you were pulled off the plane.
Yeah, I guess they were too sharp. The tippy point of the shell. So they were considered a weapon.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're
you don't
like,
wanna-
sir, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
check
terrorist.
It's like, oh my god, I'm not,
Terrorist.
can you? Yeah, am I gonna take the plane hostage with a shell? It's like, I don't
They should
know.
make a movie like that.
But he was separated from me, so I'm on the plane, and
Oh
I'm
no,
like
that's a true
texting.
story.
Yeah, I'm like texting him. I'm like, where are you? What
Yeah.
do I need to get off the plane? Should I get our
Oh,
luggage
no.
back? Why? So he finally gets on, and he was like, I had to put the shells in our checked baggage because of this, because it was this journey. Because we went from what was it, Marsh Harbor?
Yeah.
It was something Marsh, in the Bahamas. From there, we flew to Fort Lauderdale, and then from Fort Lauderdale to Newark to Minneapolis. And during this time, our poodle, who was being boarded, now we were only gone for 6 days. She went on a hunger strike.
Yes.
And so we'd been taking her to this place for daycare, so she would know the people there.
Yeah.
So day 5, she goes on a hunger strike, and they call me, and I'm like, oh my God, give her food.
Oh.
They're like, can we try some wet food? I'm like, yes.
Try
I'm like,
anything.
give her a burrito if she
Keep her
wants
alive.
it. You know, like keep her alive till we get back.
We'll deal with it.
Do
when
not
we
let
get
her
home.
starve to death. So I'm calling them at each airport. I'm like, how is she? Is she eating? I'm like, we're coming. We're on our way. We will be there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, we got there. She was overjoyed. She was very happy to see us. She did start eating again. And the way she slept, because she had been sleeping like on the bed, but the night we got back, she inserted herself right here and put a leg over me.
So cute.
Like, you're not leaving. I will keep you here.
How have you had the poodle since?
We've had her for 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she
That's
turned
amazing.
11 in April.
Ever since
We've had her.
puppy?
Yes.
Oh wow.
When we got her, we were told she was 8 weeks, but she was not. She was 5.
In LA, Minnesota.
No, this was in Minnesota.
Got it.
And she could not control her bladder
Oh no.
because she was too little.
Oh.
So there was just pee everywhere. We had to replace like the section of carpet.
So bad.
We got pee pads.
Ah.
And she took the pee pad, moved it aside, and peed on the rug. So we're like, you know what? Let's go back to the pet store and find something else. So Fred is like, here's this stuff. It's like these pheromone. It'll encourage her to pee on the pad.
Right.
So he sprays it on the pad, and it was the most vile smell I have ever. Like, I couldn't breathe.
Neither of us could breathe or see. It felt like there had been a chemical spill because we're like, how do we get out of here?
I'm like,
Open up
get
windows.
Yeah, we threw
Turn
that
on
out.
fans,
We threw out the pee pad because she wouldn't.
You have a lot of great stories.
She would not go on the pad.
But then when she learned, the day that she was old enough to control her bladder, she never peed in the house again.
Oh wow,
No.
that's awesome.
So it was just like that.
What's her name?
Eclipse.
Eclipse?
Yep.
Eclipse.
Is that the only one?
Chanel Yvette.
Huh? Is it French?
It's French.
Yes, it's tacked on the names of all my other dogs.
Oh, you have a lot of other dogs.
You did.
I did growing
I
had poodles, and then when the one poodle would pass, they would get that name as their middle name of the next dog.
It's a long chain.
It's a long chain.
The same family pattern.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like Eclipse's father was Congo Bun. He was a stud poodle. Yeah, and he must have had a very prolific run because we see so many poodles that look exactly like her.
Do you do the whole poodle, the hair,
We did
Yeah.
a couple times, but she's very active and she
I see.
hates it.
I see.
She likes to be unencumbered.
Very nice.
It's more like action haircut.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask for a picture of all of you together.
Yeah. We did a portrait.
Yeah,
Like-
give me that one.
We did the portrait. So during the
So silly.
pandemic, I started entering contests on Instagram, and I won a portrait. This place in Santa Monica.
Wow.
So we drive out there. We're all like dressed up.
Yeah.
You know, we're very formal portrait. It looked like. Have you seen Succession? That show. Are you familiar?
I'm familiar
with
with
it?
it.
Yeah. What we looked like was next time on Succession.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want to see
was
it.
very.
We're all so formal.
We're all and Eclipse. So there was one of us together, and then like the contest I won was to get one of a portrait of her.
By yourself.
So they wanted her to sit on a poof, and she would not stay on the poof.
Oh.
They got out their really expensive duck treats, which she loved, and she just kept jumping up, up, up. And I was like, wait, this is her agility training. Yeah. There was a raised thing. She would run, she'd jump on it, sit, and then jump off and go to the next thing. And so in her mind, the poof was that thing.
Yeah.
So she just kept
doing... She was doing her job.
She was doing, So she ended up just on the floor. Yeah, it was carpeted. But it was, a little weird.
Nicole and Fred, I feel like we've only scratched the surface of the greatness that you two are. But unfortunately, our clip is running out of time.
Okay.
If I could send this to you in 5 years, what would you say to yourself in 2030?
2030?
Yeah. To the future of Nicole and Fred.
How are the resource wars going?
Resource wars?
That's what I kind of wonder.
Save up your water.
I always wonder, will we have enough water?
Oh, right.
That's my, I don't know. I have been shaken from those fires.
Oh, yeah.
It came really close to
Oh, no.
like really close.
Sorry to hear that.
Over the crest of the
my God.
The hills.
The hill, yeah.
We would see red.
That's crazy.
Like if you do a search for fire tornado, we could see that. And that's like a terrifying thing. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like, what do we do?
A pillar of fire.
What do we do for that? I don't know.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have home insurance?
We do.
Oh,
we do, but I mean,
Yeah, it's much more than that.
Yeah, and we were on the edge. Like, we didn't get evacuated, but we were like 3 to 4 miles from the evacuation zone. So it was like we were ready to leave.
Yeah.
And then
told us to be ready.
Yeah, so we were ready. I think it was like us, the neighbors across the street, and then next door to us were the ones that stayed in our neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Because there were so many people leaving.
Yeah.
I was like, where are we going to go first? Like, everybody's leaving.
What was we had like a food that we were going to take.
The acorn squash.
The acorn squash. We had bought this squash, and it was finally ripe.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's like, by God, we're not going to lose this ripe, delicious acorn squash to a fire.
Like, it's coming with us. We will eat it wherever we end up.
It's a good decision.
We will have it. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah. I don't know if we'll still be in LA or if we'll move or.
Oh, you think about moving?
Maybe. Like,
we don't know.
I know my career changes all the time.
Yeah.
I think they probably would have moved me already.
Oh, really?
For the pandemic.
I see.
Yeah.
Where would they like to move you?
East.
Yeah, probably east.
New York?
Or north.
Oh.
Like, so Bay Area,
wow.
New York, Minneapolis, Chicago.
Nice.
Lots of places.
That wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, and I like living in different places.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll miss you if that happens.
I'll come visit
forever,
you.
So. We could be here. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got those lobster tables for outside. So our friend Dee Dee, you know Dee Dee.
Oh, yeah.
As an early birthday present, she gave me these little, like, outdoor tables. They're about this high.
Nice.
Like, you could set them next to, like, a chair or, like, in between.
Like giant lobsters.
There's these giant lobsters, and they're holding up a lemon. They're super adorable.
Oh, nice.
But they're like, I'm like, now we need to rearrange the plants in the back, and where are we gonna put them now? I don't know how to incorporate.
Sounds like a nice place.
We need to eat lobster rolls on the lobster tables.
Yeah.
It'll be very meta.
Meta.
It'll be amazing.
Oh, you should have a house party. Invite us.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I know. I gotta vacuum. But like 5. I don't know why I always tell people I need to vacuum. Like, we should just get a Roomba and call it a day.
You should get a Roomba. I have a inferior version of it over there, but
it's cute.
Yeah.
I don't know how our dog would deal with that.
I don't know. She was afraid. We had a little we have a tiny R2D2 and a BB-8, and our dog is very terrified.
She's like, what is happening right now? I don't know.
So
I don't want it to touch me.
We've let them alone for the longest time.
Because she can't cope, so I don't know what she would do with a Roomba.
But she's older now.
She
been
is.
chill. She was chill with a skunk. There was a skunk in our yard, and our dog was just like, hey, what's up?
Oh, nice.
The skunk was like, just being a skunk, and they sort of smelled each other and walked
wow.
away.
Yeah,
like,
no spraying.
wow.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like a nice place. Thank you so much, Nicole and Fred. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'd love to have you over again if we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many good stories that you two are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.